It's Wednesday again. Today I thought I would talk about unpopular opinions. I wanted to just shoot the breeze. I think sometimes I want to tackle big topics. Sometimes I just want to relax and have a conversation and just think about random things. And I think today is one of those days. I am going to be naming off different unpopular opinions and just talk about them. And if you want to leave a comment or a review, that would be amazing. Definitely follow on wherever you're listening to this podcast. If you have any suggestions or you want to suggest topics, feel free to DM me at GeorgiaHertzberg _, on Instagram, or you can leave a review and leave a comment of what I should talk about next. That would be so awesome. I love that. I love those kinds of suggestions. But without further ado, let's get right into it. As you can tell, it's kind of like late at night when I'm making this podcast, and Everest is sleeping on my lap, and I don't want to wake him, but I also don't want to have to whisper for you. Okay, I'm just going to start with some of these unpopular topics. Strawberries get more credit than they deserve. I agree with this. I think, if you want like a really good berry, you're going to go with like raspberry or blackberries or, blueberries. But like strawberries, they're good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we buy them every week. 2 huge containers of strawberries. But often strawberries don't have little to no flavor, where like a blackberry or a raspberry, it has so much more flavor. And strawberries are like always, strawberry banana smoothie, or like they often make things with a strawberry flavor, like strawberry ice cream or strawberry shake or strawberry milk or something strawberry. They're often putting that flavor together, making artificial flavors from the strawberry, but you don't always hear them, you'll less hear them talking about like a raspberry flavor, or I guess you would hear like raspberry, but you don't always hear like, oh, blackberry flavor, you know what I mean? But like blackberries themselves are way better than strawberries, like hands down, especially when you take the time to wash them and get the preservatives like off of the blackberry or any berry or any fruit. For example, for that matter, you want to always get the preservatives off by using like a cleaner. It's so funny, my husband had never done that before in his whole life. It had never been done in his life until we got married, and he's like, the flavor is so much stronger, like. And he's like, it's so much sweeter, it's not as bitter. I'm like, yeah, because the bitterness was the pesticides you're eating. And he was overwhelmed. It was kind of funny, and it was really cute. Okay, next one. Meat is overrated. Yes, 100%. Meat is way overrated. It's so true. I know so many people like in my life personally, just love meat. They're always going to be like craving a steak, but for me, I don't think I'll ever crave a steak. Like, yeah, I'll eat it, especially when my husband cooks it. It's amazing. Steak is so good, but like meat overall, like a burger or a brat or a hamburger or beef or any, it really is overrated. Like, there's so much more you can do. You can eat protein with so many different things. You can eat protein from spinach. You can get protein from a protein shake. You can get protein from tofu or beans. There's so many different ways to get your protein. I love meat, but I definitely would have to say meat is way overrated. It's not that great. And I think part of the reason I am saying this is because I grew up, well, even more backstory than what I was about to say. My mom was a vegetarian growing up, so naturally I was a vegetarian when I was a child, only because that was all that they fed me. They didn't give me meat. And so then my mom, when she finally did start cooking meat after having 3 kids, on the third of 4, they started making meat, but she would cook it well done. So you can imagine all the meat I ever ate growing up my whole life was super dry and hard to eat, very chewy, just not tender at all, like a cardboard box, like little to no flavor, so this is also, since then I have eaten meat the way it's supposed to be eaten, like a steak or a burger, excuse me, but, and it's so good, but I would still have to say meat is way overrated, and it's not all that it's cracked up to be, I guess, you would say. No, I don't guess, I 100% agree, Okay, chocolate ice cream is absolutely disgusting. I'm gonna have to disagree. Chocolate ice cream is really good. It's not disgusting at all. I definitely don't agree. I am an ice cream connoisseur, so I'm gonna not say that ice cream at all is disgusting, probably. So I could go on and on about that for a very long time, but I'm not going to. I disagree that chocolate ice cream is absolutely disgusting. It is actually so good. And definitely my new favorite ice cream since going to Anaheim and Disney, what is Salt and Straw. And if I'm ever in the Utah, Portland, California, wherever they have them, I have to go to a Salt and Straw place. It's literally my favorite. Next time we go to San Diego, I will, that's my main stop is Salt and Straw right now. And I am so bummed that they don't have them anywhere but on the coast. It's so sad. It's so sad. Anyways. Snapchat's dog filter should have stayed in 2016. I agree. That thing needs to stop. Needs to go away. The dog filter should never be it should never have been risen up. It needs to stop. The dog filter needs to die, I would say, for sure. Definitely a 2016, and it needs to stay there forever. Putting a period at the end of a text makes it seem more aggressive. 100%. That is so funny. Yes. Why is that? I have no idea. Definitely. When you put a period at the end of a text, it's like you're mad or something. I don't know. But it's you are extremely firm, you're aggressive, you're not going to be able to be swayed, whatever it is. It's definitely more aggressive. As you can tell, I'm actually super tired, but it's only 10 p.m. Figure that one out. Actually, you know what? I'm up all night anyways, so that's probably why. Dresses with pockets look worse than those without them. I guess I would disagree. I think dresses with pockets are cute. They're like usually more fluffy, to have the pocket. But I wouldn't say that they look worse than those without them. Because typically dresses that have pockets, you can't see them or it's hard to notice. Like my wedding dress, for example, actually had pockets. I couldn't use them because the pockets were like with a see-through mesh like material, and it was see-through, so if you were to put your phone in there you would see it. So I don't know why they even had it, if I'm being honest, but I wouldn't necessarily say dresses with pockets look worse than those without them. Definitely, I think dresses without them look better, especially if they're tight or a bodice fit type of thing. But usually dresses that are made with pockets are designed to hide them, so you can't tell type of thing until someone actually has their hand in them. Buying stylish clothes for babies is a waste of money. I think I would have to disagree. I think I've always thought that, but now that I actually have a baby myself, I would have to say it's not a waste of money because it's so dang cute when they're in super cute clothes. Like we have some Timberland, like a Timberland jacket for him, and I love him in it. It's so cute, and I just don't feel like it's a waste of money, especially since we're going to have more kids and other babies can wear them, and hopefully we're having more boys, I guess. I don't necessarily feel like it's a waste of money. Making the bed is a pointless chore. I would have to disagree because every morning I make the bed and I don't always get the help from my husband, but I absolutely love the bed being made. I guess I don't have a preference making it, doing the work, but I'm getting so tired. I'm so sorry. I'm not really making sense. My sentences are falling apart. But having the bed made just makes you feel like, okay, like it looks nice in here. If you want to come back and hang out in here, it's not like piles of blankets everywhere. And I don't know, like it feels cleaner. Like it feels refreshing. It feels like, oh, I can hang out in here and it's nice. And it feels good. It looks good. It just feels like you can get more work done, and it's comfy. It just feels more inviting. Let's see. Milk does not build strong bones. I think I agree, man. Like, people have said, like, there's just not... I think I've read recently, well, in the past, that milk really doesn't build that strong. Like, it doesn't have that much calcium. I saw a different, like, cereal. I've seen lots of different things where there was more calcium in, like, a fruit or a bowl of cereal or something else other than milk, and they just say it has calcium and all of that, and I believe it does have calcium, and I'm not saying I don't believe it has calcium. I'm just saying, like, I just don't. I'm not convinced that it builds strong bones. That's all. Crushed avocado should not be eaten in public. Man, I disagree, man. Avocado toast is the ish, and I am all about avocado toast. We had some bomb avocado toast from a cafe in San Diego when we were there. And I'm sorry. It was so good. They had a balsamic vinaigrette on it and some matzo balls. and some parsley. Oh, it was so good on really thick but what is the word? Bachata? No. Batcha? No. I don't know what the word is, but really thick bread. Kind of like sourdough bread. So good. Okay, job searching can be fun. Ew. I'd say the only fun thing about job searching is looking at the different, like, it's exciting, the different options, and the thought and the possibility of trying something new, changing, where you're at and what you're doing and the people that are around you, and then all of that changing. But I am falling asleep. Did you? Oh my gosh. And I forgot what I was saying. So, yeah. Sweating is fun too. I don't know if I would say sweating is fun. I think the actions that you do, like playing baseball or going for a walk, is fun. But I don't think the action of just sweating, that is fun necessarily. Alcohol changes your actions, not your intentions. For this one, I think it can change both. You might have one intention going into a party and then you start drinking, and you weren't gonna do, like, for example, you go to a party and you want to talk to this guy, and you just want to talk to him or whatever, and that's what your goal is. This is a bad example. I am not thinking of a good example. Maybe you have all the best intentions to tell someone something that you've been wanting to get off your chest, in one manner, and then you go in there and you've been drinking and you're feeling like the alcohol just affects you. It's a drug, right? So it affects you, and you might actually say whatever you need to say to that person in a more aggressive tone when it could have just been a lot more calm. It could have been, you could have had the intention to actually hear the person out instead of just trying to say whatever you're wanting to say and not trying to listen to the other person. I just think that it could change your actions and it can change your intentions. Might be unpopular, just my opinion. I think it can change both. Let's see. Showering at night is better than showering in the morning. Sorry if there's some extra noises here. I'm trying to get Everest to go take a nap. I would have to say I do both, actually. I shower in the morning and shower at night. I definitely think if I had to choose one, I would shower at night, because you've been sweaty all day, and if you live in Texas or any southern state, or if it's summer where you live, you're going to be sticky, sweaty, gross, you'll have stuff on you, chemicals from the air. Like, get that stuff off before you crawl into bed, and if you're only washing your sheets once a week, some people don't even do that. I mean, that's nasty, girl. Just get that off. I'm a person where I like to shower in the morning and at night. It might be excessive, but I don't want to be able to have to smell myself when I wake up or when I go to bed. So I picked this up. I wasn't always like this. I'd have to say I was definitely always a night shower person, because growing up I was always a shower at night person, because my hair has always been curly. And so if you shower at night and you sleep on it, it actually is softer, more curly. You can control it a little bit more than if you shower in the morning. You're going to get whatever comes your way. And believe me, your hair will do whatever it wants to do when you have curly hair. So you don't have much control and you don't actually know what your hair is going to look like. But if you shower at night, you have a little bit more hearsay. You have a little bit more say on what, your hair is going to look like. But since living in Texas, it is so humid and hot and sticky. You literally have to shower in the morning. And then I shower in the morning because I work out in the morning, so I have to shower in the morning. But then you were out all day and you're sticky and literally your skin sticks together. It's disgusting. And then you come in and you have to get it off. So you just do a quick rinse. It's not like a shower. It's like a quick rinse. So anything fewer than 4 ha's in a ha 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 text is rude. I'm gonna say if you do 1 ha, it might be a sarcastic ha, but I don't think it's rude anything less than 4 ha ha ha's. Most people, I think, I'm counting them, do like 3, because that's kind of how you would normally laugh. It's like 3 and then take a breath and then 3 more ha-has, that's kind of how a normal laugh. So that's probably how you text, but I just don't think it's rude, Cats just seem more human than dogs. I'm gonna have to disagree on that. Well, you know what? I have seen very human-like cats, but I don't think that they're more human than dogs. I think dogs have very human emotions, and they display them very human-like, and I think cats do that a lot as well. I have seen cats be very human-like. In my experience, I have seen dogs act a lot more human than I have seen cats. It could be I'm more of a dog person myself, but I do like cats and dogs. I don't think I'll ever have a cat myself. I could see us having a dog, not in the near future at all. When our kids are older, I don't know how this turned into this, but I'm just sharing this with you. When our kids are older, if it's something that they have been asking us for and they're old enough, we might get a dog then. But we wouldn't get a dog just ourselves, I think. That's just not something we want to do. But back to the original question, I think cats and dogs show human emotion and seem more human. I guess it's not really a thing, but I think they both show very human-like qualities. But yeah. It's better to be hot than cold. I guess I would have to agree. I'd rather be hot than cold. For me, cold is so frustrating, and it's so funny. I have always said this, but I did grow up where it's one of the coldest places in the United States, in Minnesota, and I would always be so frustrated when I would have to go out to my car and wipe it off, and you're out there for 10 minutes, and you're scraping the ice off, and you're scraping the snow off, and then if your car's, in 5 feet of snow, you have to shovel it out, you can't just drive out. And then you could your driveway could be not plowed, and then you have to wait for the plow, or you have to plow it yourself, or you have to shovel it, and then the roads, it's just, your steering wheel is cold, your car is freezing, your seats are frozen, then your butt's cold, everything is cold, and the wind just cuts right through. It's just all frustrating, and hot is not that big of a deal, even if it's, 105. Like, I have had extreme hot living in Texas and extreme colds living in Minnesota. You know, the only time I was ever frustrated with hot was one of the last days we lived in Texas, and we were at the stockyards, and it was literally, I don't know what the humidity was, but we were literally swimming. Like, it felt like we were literally swimming. Like, the air was so, like, water dense. It was like literal liquid in the air. It was awful. And in that moment, I wished I was a lot colder. But the thing is, overall, I just don't think I would ever wish to be cold over hot. I just think I've lived too many cold days to ever want to be cold over hot. So it's better to be hot than cold, I would agree. Sitting down in the shower is better than standing up in the shower. My grandma always had a chair in the shower, and at our cabin we have a granite seat in one of the showers. But, and I can't say that I've ever done this. Maybe once. I'm sure, actually, when you think about it, if you think about how relaxing it is when the water's like pouring down super hot, and it's like, if there's a pressure, like, it's so relaxing. If you're sitting, I can only imagine that sitting down in the shower would be way more relaxing and comfortable than standing. But I honestly can't say that for sure because I've never done that. So, but standing in the shower is so relaxing. So I'm gonna guess that sitting is better. Let's see. Just because I listen to emotional songs does not imply I am sad. I would have to agree. Well, yeah, I guess I would have to agree. Sometimes there's sad songs and I'm not necessarily sad, but I just want to listen to them. That's totally true. Definitely true. But I'm kind of the person that wouldn't normally listen to a sad song. If I'm not sad, I would probably skip over it if I had the choice. So maybe I don't agree. I probably don't agree with this if I'm thinking about it. Like, when I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I listen to sad songs, but usually it's like Caleb will pick a song that's sad, and then I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm not sad at all. But I didn't pick that, like, I think if it was a sad song, I'd be like, turn it. I'm not feeling it. So maybe I would disagree that if I'm listening to an emotional song, that it would imply that I am sad, or maybe I'm empathizing with that song, so I could be somewhat sad or feeling it. I think it's a mood. I think it depends. I don't think I would always be feeling it, but sometimes maybe. I think it would have to be I think it depends. I don't think it's a black and white type of thing for that one. I could be, but I might not be. Being able to play a song does not impress me. Being able to write a song does. Honestly, I would disagree. I think both impress me. Being able to play a song and being able to write a song. I guess I'm easily impressed. These things would both impress me. Songs should not have lyrics to be powerful. I would disagree. I think they can be powerful both ways. I think with lyrics it can be powerful, and I think without lyrics, honestly, music can be powerful without lyrics. Totally, if there's no lyrics, it leaves more, scope for the imagination. But if there are lyrics, it definitely makes it powerful. I'll get goosebumps all the time, but from music that has lyrics or not, Films or TV shows based on sleeping with each other is not TV entertainment. I'm not sure that I fully understand what they're saying, unless they're saying like shows and TV where people sleep together. They're like saying it's not entertainment. For me, that's not entertaining that they're sleeping together. So that's probably super unpopular. Because I'm sure a lot of people would say it is entertainment. I think that people can make TV and movies without showing people that are, I guess it depends. I mean, even if they're in marriage, it's not really something that needs to be shown, in my opinion, in this unpopular opinion that I have. I know it's unpopular. Doesn't matter to me. If whatever. I think, you just don't need to show that in general. It doesn't need to be part of a story to make it good. Yeah. The show Friends is overrated. I'm going to say that Friends is not overrated. I think it's a really great show. I think it's really fun. I guess in the show, I probably contradict myself, but I like the show. They don't need to show the sleeping with each other, but although they do, that's a lot in the show. They could take that part out and it could still be funny. Classical music is amazing. I would totally agree that classical music is amazing. It is. I think it, like the music that has no words, I think it leaves a lot of scope for the imagination. I think you can think up a story. I think the music can tell a story. I think the music speaks on its own without lyrics, and I think it's incredible. Okay, musicals are awful. All that bursting into spontaneous song will not bring about world peace or save humanity. I think this is just talking about two different things here. It's talking about musicals are awful and it won't bring world peace or save humanity. I think, what does world peace have to do with musicals? Or musicals have to do with humanity, saving humanity? Probably musicals may or may not save humanity. It could bring world peace if it tells us a compelling story that impacts the world. I think it could bring about peace. I don't agree that musicals are just awful. I think musicals are so much fun. I think musicals tell a great story. I think they can make you become more engaged in a story. I think the bursting into spontaneous song is awesome. It could bring world peace, and it could help humanity for sure. Not to say that it for sure would, but I think it could. So I would disagree with that. If you need someone else to write your songs, you're not an artist. I guess I would say not necessarily. I definitely think being able to write your songs, there's one thing about Taylor Swift, and this might be unpopular. She might be unpopular to begin with, but there's one thing about Taylor Swift that I have respect for. She was the first person I ever heard growing up that she wrote all of her songs when she started out. And that was just such a big thing. And I'm not sure if I thought, well, doesn't everybody? Or if I think I thought at first, doesn't everybody? And then I realized not everybody does, but I think I just had so much respect for her because she wrote her own songs. But I don't necessarily think that if you're an artist, you have to write your own songs, because people have talent, whether no matter what song they're singing. I consider somebody that is able to sing an artist just because they don't write their own songs. I think it definitely is respectable and earns respect when you write your own songs that go with music, especially when you write your own music and you write your own. I mean, that's kind of why I had so much respect for Taylor Swift, because she wrote her own lyrics, wrote her own music, and I could be wrong. I thought she wrote her own music, songs, and lyrics and sang it. I mean, that is talent. That's respect. You know what I mean? But I don't think you're not an artist if you don't write your own songs. I think if you can sing, you're an artist. You're a musical artist, Yeah, totally. And there's people that just write lyrics and they're artists as well, and they don't sing. So, I'm not too fond of Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, or Peaky Blinders. Totally, I would agree. I'm not fond of any of those. Although I've seen Breaking. I don't even think I've seen a couple minutes of that. I've seen several minutes of Walking Dead. I've never even heard of Peaky Blinders, so I can't really say that I'm not fond of them. Honestly, I could probably get into all of these and really love it. Thing is, there's just too much stuff I believe in them that I wouldn't like, and that I prefer not to see, that I wouldn't be fond of them. I think that is kind of where I stand with that. Cake is not that good. I would totally agree, head over heels, a million times. Cake is not that good. It's not good. I don't know what it is. I just don't like cake. There's only one cake in the whole world that I like, and it's super unpopular. It's Costco cake. That's the only cake that I vibe with, that I really actually like, is Costco cake. Other than that, I've really never had a cake. Maybe Tres Leche cake. Like, that's it. Like, if you just put any old cake, no. Like, I didn't even really like my own, like, yeah. Yeah. Ketchup should be fridge cold. I don't necessarily agree. It doesn't have to be fridge cold to be good. Yeah, honestly, you're putting ketchup usually on warm food anyways, so I probably wouldn't want it fridge cold, because then you're freezing your fries, or you're making your burger cold. Nah, I would definitely agree. Pineapple belongs on pizza. I love pineapple by itself. I love pineapple with tahini seasoning on it. I love pineapple on pizza. I wouldn't say it belongs exclusively on pizza, but I would say it is good on pizza, for sure. Liver is beautiful, the most underrated food of all time. Ooh. I am not a picky person at all. Like, I'm just not picky at all. Like, I literally will eat any food. Honestly, I'll eat liver and onions. Like, it is okay food, but you know what? The liver in general, there's just a sharp, no, sharp's not the word. It just, it's a gamey taste that's like bitter. Yeah, it's a bitter taste, and it's just not great. It's not a food I love. It's not beautiful. I would not say it's beautiful, and I would not say it's the most underrated food of all time. It's not that great. I would never choose to eat it. If it's there in front of me and that's all we're eating, yeah, fine, I would eat it. But Ooh, not beautiful. Not. No. Ooh, and I grew up eating liver. My family would eat liver. I mean, I wouldn't say often, but I've eaten them a couple times a year. We would eat liver several times a year. I would say a couple times a year. No, because my dad always would be shooting deer growing up. He would always get a deer. So when he got a deer, we ate liver, the deer liver, venison liver, we would eat that for sure. So yeah, definitely grew up eating liver and we ate it. Mashed potato is the most disgusting thing ever invented. Definitely disagree. Mashed potato is so good. I'm like butter, salt and pepper, gravy. Oh, so good. I'm definitely gonna have to disagree with that. Vegetables are better than dessert. Honestly, if you have a good Brussels sprout with salt and pepper and butter, I will always choose vegetables over dessert. I'm being honest because I am more of a savory person. Like, I like savory things for a snack over sweet things majority of the time. And so you put that butter on there and salt and pepper. It's just a savory taste. I just genuinely enjoy that buttery, salty, peppery flavor over a sweet thing. Now it depends. If there's like mousse, like chocolate mousse, I'm going to have a hard time. I would definitely fight for both. But if it's a cake or a cookie, I cannot. There's nothing that would ever make me choose a cake or a cookie over something savory ever, or a vegetable. Like a carrot, like cooked carrots that have, salt, pepper, and butter on it, or olive oil. Raw vegetables, like a raw carrot. I might, if you have a raw carrot over dessert, I might lean in towards the dessert. But if it was a cake or a cookie, I would choose probably the vegetable, even if it was raw. I just don't like cakes or cookies. Just not a thing. I don't know. Frosted sugar cookies from the grocery store do not taste good. Okay, so there's just this one sugar cookie that is frosted that is so good, and I would have to disagree. Those soft cookies, those really soft cookies they always have at the grocery store with the frosting, you know what I'm talking about. Those are so good. They're like super soft. I guess that's a cookie. I'm contradicting myself. That's the only cookie ever, I'm promising you. Or the Girl Scout, like, caramel coconut one that they have. I don't know the name, but you know what I'm talking about. Those are the only two cookies in the whole world that I would ever actually like. Let's see. French fries and cereal are only good when they're soggy. Wow, I would have to disagree entirely. I think cereal and French fries are disgusting when they're soggy. I actually think you would have to agree. That's so unpopular. That would be crazy to agree. But, to each his own. Cereal is best right when you pour the milk, and I think fries are best fresh right off the fryer. I hate avocados, but I love guacamole. Disagree. I love avocados and I love guacamole. That reminds me of my brother when he was growing up. He would say, I hate tomatoes. The only way I'll eat tomatoes is with ketchup on it. And I thought that was so hilarious. Our family thought that was the most hilarious thing. But no, I love avocados. Just put a little salt on there. So good. I could eat it plain. So good. And I love guacamole. Love, love, love it. Let's see. I think we're almost done. I'll do one more. Let's see. Soda fountain Coke tastes different than a can poured over ice. I would say, I would agree. I think the fountain Coke is better than the can poured over ice. Although I have seen a Rhett and Link mythical morning, and I think they always chose the can over the soda fountain. But I would think that although I don't drink Coke very often, I would think that the fountain is probably better than, I guess that's not a good one. I'm going to do another one. The only way to eat pancakes and waffles is without syrup. That is so wrong. No way. You have to have syrup. And if not, you put peanut butter and then syrup. So good. So good. No way. Not without syrup. That's super unpopular. Nobody would ever pick that. Actually, if you pick that, that's okay. I'm not judging your unpopular opinion. I thought this was really fun today to just go through a bunch of unpopular opinions and just talk about it. Let me know what you thought. Leave a review, comment anything you want. Share it if you like. And let me know what you thought. You can DM me on Instagram, GeorgiaHertzberg_, or you can write a review. I would love that. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything or any special topic. You can also tweet me at GoTGD on Twitter. I would love that, or comment there if you want, anything, any topics you think I should talk about, or comments of what you thought about the podcast today. I'm going to be uploading it there and letting people know on Instagram and everything that we have this, so you can share it. Shares are definitely appreciated. I hope that you enjoyed today's podcast, and I will see you next Wednesday. Sorry I'm uploading this on Thursday, but I will be posting again next Wednesday.